So let's take an example. The company name is MPHIL, and it has estimated total yearly overhead cost of $249,000. The products that are manufactured by this company are two. There is metal cabinet and wooden cabinet. And the company has created two groups for allocation of the main total overhead cost. And the two groups are maintenance department cost and utility costs. Now let us see how the allocation takes place in the next slide. So now the allocation is $180,000 to maintenance department and $69,000 to utility costs. Now the maintenance department costs are further classified into activity cost pools as shown down below. Two cost pools are created. The first is repair activities and the second is setup activities. So now the maintenance department cost is allocated as $108,000 going to repairs and $72,000 going to setup. So now the repair activity has the cost driver as number of works orders, and the estimated number of works order for metal cabinet are 200 and for wooden cabinet line 50 works orders. So $86,400 is allocated to metal cabinets and $21,600 is allocated to wooden cabinets. So now you can see that how the cost drivers have been used to charge overhead to the products. And in this case, the cost driver that was used was number of works orders. And now let's consider the setup cost, and the cost driver in this case is number of production runs. So the estimated production runs for the year are 150 for metal cabinets and 50 for wooden cabinets. So on the basis of the cost driver, we are allocating $54,000 to metal cabinets and $18,000 to wooden cabinets. Remember, we have used cost driver as the production run to allocate the cost to these two products. Now let's examine the utility cost, and there are two cost pools created for utility cost. The first cost pool is heating and the second cost pool is machinery power. So now the cost driver used is kilowatt hours, and the allocation is 175,000 kilowatt hours to heating and 325,000 kilowatt hours to machinery power. So the overhead allocation is to the cost pools. Heating is getting $24,360 and machinery power getting $45,240. So now the costs are allocated to metal cabinet and wooden cabinet. The cost driver in this case is square feet of production space occupied by each product line for heating cost pool. So for heating costs, the cost driver that is used is square feet of production space occupied by the product. Now the total space is 40,000 square feet and it's allocated as 34,000 square feet to metal cabinet and 6,000 square feet to wooden cabinet. And on the basis of the floor space occupied by the product, the allocation is $20,706 for metal cabinet and $3,654 for wooden cabinet. So now for machinery power cost allocation, we got machine hours as the cost driver, and the estimated machine hours are for metal cabinet 45,000 hours and for wooden cabinet 5,000 hours. So on the basis of the cost driver, the overhead allocation is to metal $40,716 and to the wooden cabinet $4,524. Okay, now the estimated utility costs for heating purpose are $24,360 and for machinery $45,240. So now the estimated sales for metal cabinet are 42,000 units and the estimated sales for wooden cabinet are 9,000 units. So the unit overhead cost comes to for metal $4.81 and for wooden $5.31. So here we got the overall picture for metal cabinet and for wooden cabinet. The overhead that has been charged on the basis of the cost pools and using the cost drivers is shown here, and you can see the whole objective of activity based costing was to arrive at more accurate costing of the products on the basis of the activity that is performed for each product. And now you can see that the per unit overhead for metal cabinet is $4.81 and for wooden cabinet the per unit overhead cost is $5.31. Now this is the most accurate overhead allocation to the product. So now you have seen how overhead costs are allocated to two products. This is a very simple example, but it gives you the basic idea as to how the cost pools are created, how the cost drivers are arrived at, and how the overhead cost is allocated to cost pools, and then from the cost pools how the cost is charged to products using the cost drivers. So I hope you got the idea, and I'm sure that now you are in a position to attempt questions on ABC. So good luck and see you around.